Hello everyone, welcome back to the Bloodbath Lagoon. Once again, it is me, the Monster, coming back at you with another X-Men figure review. Today's review will be on the Marvel Legends Icons Beast. This is the gray variant, so sit back and enjoy.
Welcome back to the Bloodbath Lagoon.
Unfortunately, this Gray Beast variant figure does not come with any accessories, but the blue one includes a lab coat and glasses. Versions come with this Beast comic book slash biography slash poster book. Of course, you get like a lot of bio about the character Beast, aka Henry Hank McCoy, physical descriptions, first appearances, and of course the multiple incarnations of Beast. And of course this character is probably the most character that has ever evolved in the Marvel universe, so of course there were so many different versions. Of course, this gray one being one of the many evolutional stages within the Beast's history. Of course, there's the back, there's the blue one, masterwork stuff. Man, Toy Biz, love Toy Biz. So let's take a look at Beast himself. Of course, this being the gray variant, so there's different stages. The first appearance, as you already know, he just had big feet, and then he becomes hairy and gray, or like a black, blurrish kind of color. So then from there, he evolves into the blue, hairy version we all know and love, and then becomes all lion-esque and feline, which is not my favorite evolution of the character. I like this one, but blue. Of course, I like the blue one more, but it looks like this. So it being gray is not a big deal to me, because I know it's one of the stages of Beast. Beast is just one of my favorite characters. Of course, as you already know, I cosplayed as Beast a few times. Love the character. I prefer him always being more intellectual instead of all brutish, like the Hulk. That's why I like the dynamics of the character. He's got class. The face sculpt, really like it a lot. Looks great. Of course, there's a little bit of a snarl going on, but like a little snarl. He's got a little attitude, but he looks very intellectual. Like the paint on the hair, love the hair, man. This is the classic Beast hair. That's the hairstyle. It's almost like Wolverine. Of course, you got the sideburns too. The mouth is on a hinge. When I first got this out of the package, it was kind of hindered or like stuck or something. But once you hit it with the hair dryer, you can be able to get that joint functionable again. I wish the jaw could close all the way, because he looks a lot better with his mouth completely closed and the fangs just being exposed. That looks a lot better, but I mean, whatever. But inside the mouth, though, there is some paint missing on the teeth on the bottom row, so that kind of annoys me. And I would have liked to see like a red or a pink on the tongue, so it doesn't just look like a purple mess in there. You can see there the bottom teeth haven't been painted. But not that big a deal, because the mouth is normally closed anyway. Now for the body, the sculpting work is just fantastic. You can see many various musculature definitions through the fur, and I like that a lot, that the anatomy is still very very defined and present and not just buried in fur. Paint is very, it's very good applied deco wise. The deco of the paints, like the face, like the eyes, love that. The deco stuff is very, very nice. But like the more detailing stuff with like the black wash in the body hasn't been, it is a little absent in some areas. Like right here on the shoulders and right there, you can see there is a spot missing, leaving this light gray, very abrupt in spots. And I wish the black wash was applied everywhere there and not so sloppy per se. But other than that, it looks fantastic in other areas. There you can see how it emphasizes all the fur textures. I do plan on doing a little bit of dark blue dry brushing. I'm not going to repaint the whole figure a very vibrant blue, just a little bit of a blue dry brushing hue just to make him look a little bit more blue, so he seems to be in between this stage and the blue stage. I won't be painting the face blue, I'll just be dry brushing the fur darker blue, just so it has more hues like the hair. The trunks look great, the sculpting is fantastic. I love that it's like a glossier black, makes it look like leather. Various textures in there. Also in the belt, it almost looks like some kind of like an elastic. And you can see that texture there. Or like a leathery kind of a belt strap. And then the deco on the belt buckle looks fantastic. Sculpting is just great. Love the anatomy, how he's got like almost ape-like proportions. Very, very nice. I'm also going to paint these nails too. I'm going to paint them like a darker blue and fade them out to the gray. Because I just don't like how it all looks like it's one color. I would like to see more variety with the paint. The feet look great. Love them ape-like toes. Just for a quick size comparison, if you are a Marvel Select collector like me, and you are in desperate need of a Beast figure for your X-Men collection, then just to let you know, this figure could potentially satisfy that for you, depending on your depiction of the Beast's height. Bulk-wise, I think he's perfect. Height-wise, for me, I always depicted Beast a little bit around there, around 5'11", 6 foot. So this guy is a little bit too tall for my tastes, but this figure will have to do until Marvel Select releases their own Beast figure. That goes without saying. Many artists throughout the years have depicted Beast to be various sizes. Some depict him to be taller than the Juggernaut, some depict him to be a little shorter than Wolverine. So it just depends on your tastes. So articulation on this figure, it's not the greatest, but it is better than Marvel Select. In one particular area here, this ball joint is giving me a lot of trouble, and then I looked it up. A lot of people are having that issue too in other reviews, so I mean, I just ignore it. But anyway, the head's on a ball joint, so you can look up a little bit, look down a fair decent amount, left, right, like that. No pivot or nothing. Shoulders can go forward and back, out and in. And then this is where it gets a little tight. It's hard to put his shoulders down. And they don't go in too far. It's very, very tight there. So I don't suggest moving that joint around a whole lot, but for the sake of this review, I'm going to show you the range of motion. So he's got a double jointed elbow, goes in very far, and then goes out. He's got a swivel at the wrist, as well as a hinge there, so you can get some gestures out of his hands. He also has a finger clamp there, so his fingers can bend in like that, and then about that much open. On the other hand, you can get him like that, and then a closed fist. Awesome diaphragm joint. Goes in about that far, and then back pretty far as well. Waist rotation, very clicky. Legs can go forward. Of course, it's on a ball joint, so you can spin it, but it's a little difficult. Back, out, in. This one has very, very limited movement here. There's like no out and in movement. It just spins. There's just a rotation inside the joint and then a rotation outside the joint, but it's very difficult to move that. So you might need to get a hair dryer there. I've already tried. It's been a pain in the ass. Double jointed knees, ankles, move in and out. There's also a slight pivot in there. You can see the joint mechanism is very present inside, but it's a very, very limited range of motion. The toes can go in right there. So these 4 toes can go in. Not so far up anyway. And then this toe here, the big toe, is on its own rotation system. I also showed you that the jaw hinged. Articulation is fairly decent. Of course, it being a bigger figure, it's got some stiff joints, some loose joints. The only loose joint is that one right there. It's really annoying. So that's my review, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you liked this review and found it to be somewhat informative. So please give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and keep tuning in because I got some more stuff heading your way.